Reference Mexico. Reference Lotto white male. Avoid Carney red Randy laugh and avoid African American wearing blue beret laugh. St. Vincent's. So now we know Elton Anderson's lotto scheme was, it repeats. We can't help you, but Perlita and Bernard, because you birth it, moron. And I told them to avoid, and Greg probably did too, avoid sports. Shut out, shut down, boom. They know baseball, then football. So again, if you guys abused those Judah chicks, you're done. The chances of you succeedingly ruling the earth and your associations, Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, maybe not Joe, but Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Antilla Man, the Blue Boy Boxes, GPS Pastel, Robo Rapist Night, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Adley, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Morgan, Steve Jones. The chances of you ruling Earth, Perlita, all East Coast Negro and all Negro Freddy from Texas, truck driver. The chances of the group of you ever ruling the Earth or any of those nations overseas, like 0%. I'm telling you, Perlita, the African Americans don't rule the Earth. Ever. Not if they think it's a joke. And if they know what's going on here. So, I have some friends that probably cashed in overseas after they found out if those girls were abused and you tried framing me, Perlita, and if Brian is still around, and I'm sure he is, and Joe, I'm sure he is too, they know about it, and they're going to say no. So Karen, Country and Western and Carney, because you got Red Randy and Hillbilly Squad Julie and African Americans thinking it's funny. They know that you guys use it to kill people, Perlita. Oh, Wheelchair, Spider-Man, see? Marvel Comics. You guys breed it. I'm not the one who wanted you guys to tear it all apart, Joe, and wreck it. There was nothing wrong with the process before. Why did it change? You didn't care if the kids did it before, Joe. Why is it different now? I know which nations you guys are trying to go after or control. Israel, Russia, Japan, Italy, France, England. So I have friends over there before you jacked it up, Joe. So you guys make fun of the Jews, they probably cashed in. And especially if some of those other fathers were paying attention, then I can almost guarantee none of you will win. And they're figuring it out with or without me, Joe, at St. Vincent's. So I don't know why you guys run a torture box, because I'm just going to say, look, the Christians and the Episcopal Church boy and the cowboy Indian woman at the Horizons, they birth it. They birth this scam with the Negroes. And they laugh and think it's funny with Elton Anderson and the football joke. So if they know that Elton Anderson abused Steve or stole pieces with you, Harry, Pitkin Street to make it street, if I'm not the only one, then the group of you are fucked anyway. Because then they also have the evidence of the children that were abused afterward, as you guys laid in the red carpet, and then blamed it on me, after Elton Anderson birthed one through of his own. So, you guys run the scam. That's where the dog bile comes from, Perlita and Dave, and that's why life sucks. And if you guys killed those kids or those families that knew how to fix it, how did Brian and I fix it if you guys won't allow us to evolve up? And I mean, not up is in a stupid direction, like our bodies to where we need to fix it. So that's why I do what I do, to warn my wife and my friends to avoid Red Randy, the Carney Sportman, and the African American. Avoid sports, avoid country and western, avoid ghetto life, because Perlita and Dave, if you do not know the lifestyles of how those people live overseas or down south, because like I said, I have not seen Joe down there for quite some time, or in Canada, then they know you guys are running a scam and fucking shit up here in this city on purpose, and even down south and Texas. So if you guys disrespect Jewish Colonel Malcolm, Colin Powell, Greg Faust, Ron Miller, Paul Puller, or any of their children in any way, or Jay Beswick, and it makes word down to the big man down there and his, and I'm sure he's looking at it, they already know, and the word's probably going to be no. And if they do it, well then, like I said, Perlita and Dave, if you're that special and you're loved that much, they'll do it maybe, but they're not your friends. They're my friends overseas, and if they cashed in, they might do it, but you guys will be taking orders for quite some time from a man you don't know, and like I said, I don't kiss ass, but you guys will be kissing ass to them for quite some time to come. But, you know, the inbreed still breed it through and birth it, so what do you want them to do, Perlita? Because that's the problem. And that little carny in them do it on purpose. And then they complain about their stated condition in which they live. And I'm not the one that trashed the wage to pull you guys out. So if you fuck us over, Perlita coming up with her stupid ghetto stories with African Americans and they know it already, then that means that they know, if they think Joe is a traitor, they already know that Perlita Joan Quinwans is a traitor, as well as the Bloods and the Crips, the Negroes. So that's what happens when you guys use colors and you don't know what they mean.